Welcome to Dr. Nurse Paul Show, hosted by Aspire RN and Dr. Paul. You are watching The Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. Dr. Nurse Paul is an NCLEX expert, having trained and mentored thousands of international nurses past the NCLEX RN for over a decade. He graduated with a Doctor of Nursing Practice in Texas Christian University. He is a registered nurse, an advanced practice registered nurse, and a certified family nurse practitioner. He also has completed a Certificate for Nurse Educator postgraduate course. Aside from teaching, he has extensive clinical experience in emergency and family medicine. He has over 15 years of combined clinical and academic healthcare experience. Dr. Nurse Paul is an immigrant from the Philippines. He is currently based in Houston, Texas, where he operates his business, Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN NCLEX Prep. He loves to share his life story of how he overcame his challenges to reach his dreams. He is passionate in helping nurses realize the American dream. So without further ado, let's all welcome Dr. Nurse Paul.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It looks like we're live now on Facebook. I'm having some technical issues here and my screen is freezing. If you guys can see me and hear me clearly, why don't you put in the comments hashtag the Dr. Nurse Paul and tell me your location and your current time. I'm streaming live from my home in Houston, Texas. It's 8 a.m. Central Time here in the US. Freezing cold. It's about 40 degrees. So I'm wearing my sweater. And thank you guys for joining today. I see more people are coming in today. We have watchers from the Middle East and more people are coming in. So for today, we are going to talk about case study again. And this is the part 3 of the secrets of the next generation NCLEX sample case study. If you have not watched the past few parts, where I discuss different case studies, you can just go ahead and go to my YouTube or Facebook page, Dr. Nurse Paul, and you will see all the videos that I did in the past. There are 2 series of the Dr. Nurse Paul show, the USA Nurse series, which are every 2nd and 4th Saturday of the month, and the Secrets of the Next Generation NCLEX, which are every 1st and 3rd Saturdays of the month. Currently, this is the episode number 5 of the Dr. Nurse Paul show Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. And like I said earlier, today we're going to talk about a case study today. So you guys are going to be joining me in the comments today. I'm seeing your answers. Your responses. So I'm going to flash a question, a case study, and you're going to help me find out the answer. Okay. So we have viewers from Saudi Arabia. We have Ruth. Thank you for joining. Lindsay is joining from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And we have a user from Middle East. I could not see the name. And someone from the Philippines. Luigi is joining us today from Decatur, Georgia. And Dennis is here from Saudi Arabia as well. Rickson is joining us from the Philippines. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys can do me a favor, can you please share this show to your pages so we can reach more nurses? And of course, today there's going to be one winner of an NCLEX 1-year unlimited package from Aspire RN NCLEX. And there will be one winner today, but in order to win that prize, you got to share this show. I'm going to show the mechanics in a little bit. We have Jasmine. Thank you for joining again from Australia. And Mawin is from Philippines. Joy is also here. Layson is here from Ormoc City, Philippines. Rose is also here from Ghana. I'm seeing some of my followers that are always interacting with my videos. I'm heavily campaigning on the next generation NCLEX because I think a lot of nurses are still not aware of the changes to the NCLEX next year, April 1, 2023. So if you know someone, a nurse that is about to take the NCLEX or is planning to take the NCLEX sometime next year, please do tag them on my Facebook or YouTube, or I'm also on TikTok at the Dr. Nurse Paul. And there's a lot of information that I've already posted, and I keep posting almost every day, mainly talking about next generation NCLEX. And in my stories, soon you're going to see pop up quizzes where you're going to help me quiz or answer the quiz in my stories. So please do, if you're preparing for the NCLEX, might be good idea to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. We're gonna be using the stories to use or to do pop-up quizzes in the future. And I'm preparing a lot of information right now and stories and videos and contents to really help out nurses out there that are prepared to take the NCLEX. We have more people coming in from Batangas. We have a Facebook user and another one from Middle East. I'm sorry, I could not see the name. If you guys are following the show in the group where I manage the group for US, I would not be able to see your name. So if you want to be participating and me mentioning your name, please go ahead and follow me on on my Facebook page, Dr. Nurse Paul, and that's how you can share this show and also can join on the comment section. But either way is fine with me. Like I said, this is the episode 5 of The Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. And today we're going to talk about a case study. All right. And before that, again, there will be one winner at the end of the show of a SurePass Pro and NCLEX course sponsored by Aspire RN. And in order to join the show, you must like Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN. You must be able to share the event poster that my team has posted a few days back. So if you go to my Facebook page, Dr. Nurse Paul, it should be there. If you are joining us from YouTube, of course, there's no need for you to share. And you must be able to share this live show. If you're on YouTube and following us today, go ahead and go to your Facebook, find Dr. Nurse Paul, and follow the mechanics. And if you're done sharing, please comment in the comment section hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. That's going to be your entry for the NCLEX package for today. Thank you guys. We have Maria from Saudi Arabia. We have someone from what's this, Dr. Nurse Paul, and so many other messages. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up. Someone from Toronto. And like I said, my screen would be freezing now and then. Venice here. And thank you guys. I think this is Sir Irvin who love Aspire RN. Thank you, Niners. Niners is an IELTS review program. So if you guys are looking into doing your IELTS English exam, might as well go ahead and message Sir Irvin from Niners. Very, very good people, and really, really a pleasure to work with. We have Rainalyn from LA, California. Again, if you are done sharing this show, please hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. And we're about to start a case study. In a few. But before that, I would like to have a little interaction with you guys. Remember that we're gonna be answering the case in a bit, and you are going to be participating in the comments section. And more people are coming in. We're seeing the numbers of viewers come up. Thank you guys for that. Please share this show so we can reach more people and tag your friends right now. They might be at work. But quick question, anyone here is about to take their NCLEX in the next couple of months before April 1, or has booked or actually scheduled their NCLEX before April 1? Anyone? If you have booked your NCLEX before April 1, then you don't have to worry about the next generation NCLEX. But if you still don't have a schedule, or you think you are going to take the NCLEX after April 1, sometime around April, May, or whenever next year after April 1, then this will be applicable to you, right? And for those who are taking the NCLEX before that, good for you, but make sure pass the NCLEX so you don't have to deal with next generation NCLEX. But even then, if you're taking the exam before the next gen NCLEX, I think the information we're going to talk about here is also important to like hone your test taking skill, and make sure you know your content. All right. And we have Antoinette just joined us from Middle East. Thank you again. The mechanics to win 1 year of unlimited NCLEX review from the Aspire R and NCLEX team. We call it the SurePass Pro NCLEX course. Is to number one, like Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire RN. Share the event poster, share this live show, and comment hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul. Thank you guys. And of course, we've been talking about case studies heavily. And we've said in the past shows that I did about the secrets of next gen and clicks with the minimum 85 items beginning April 1. All right. There will be at least 18 questions relating to a case study. So it should be three case studies with six questions each. The rest, the other items, 52 items will be standalone, which can be trend, bow tie, or whatever type of item types that next gen NCLEX will use. I've discussed six major NCLEX item types or test item types, and they were spliced into 14 different types. And if you are not sure about what test item types I'm talking about, I've discussed that in episode 2 of the Secrets of the Next Generation NCLEX, entitled the Next Gen NCLEX Item Types or Test Item Types. Now, one of these is case studies. And like I said, one case study will have six questions. These six questions will answer or focus on the clinical judgment model, and each question will answer to the competency required by the clinical judgment model. Number one being recognizing cues, your ability to assess, find abnormal findings, be able to weed out from the bunch of information what needs to be reported, what needs to be rechecked or reevaluated. Question number two will be about analyzing cues, your ability to find whatever diagnosis or differential or possible diagnosis. And that also is true with question number three, prioritizing hypothesis. So in the medical world, we call it differential diagnosis, where from your list of possible things that's happening, you should be able to prioritize what is going on or what condition are these symptoms presented in the case relating to. Question number four is all about generating solutions. This is your planning stage in your nursing process where you generate solutions, plan for interventions that we need to do. And question number five is about taking actions. Obviously, this is the part where we intervene, all right, and do something about the situation, probably prioritize some actions that we need to do. And number six is evaluating outcomes. High level question that asks you, did your management work? Did your intervention work? Did it not work? What would be the next step? So each part of the clinical judgment will answer to the case study that we're going to be seeing. And that's what I've been doing in the Secrets of Next Gen NCLEX, introducing you guys to case studies, particularly for us, foreign graduate nurses. In the US, they've already started rolling out case studies a long time ago because we already know that the next gen NCLEX will be coming. It's been, this story has been going on since like 2013, 2013, when NCSBN started investigating about the new type of NCLEX, right? But we're now finally implemented 10 years later. But foreign graduate nurses, our schools outside the United States doesn't necessarily have to follow the NCLEX because they're not preparing us to prepare for NCLEX or to work in the United States. They're preparing us to work in the country where we are educated or we were educated. But that's why I'm doing this. The purpose of the Dr. Nurse Paul Show Secrets of Next Gen NCLEX is to send out information out there for everybody, both American graduate nurses and foreign graduate nurses or outside the US and Canada, that these changes are important. And in order for you to pass the NCLEX coming right up in April 1, 2023, when these changes are implemented, you should know how case study looks like, and you should know how you are able to answer these questions. And I'm going to tell you right now, with case studies, the situations are much longer, which means reading comprehension can come into play. And we know that a lot of students don't really like reading long paragraphs or long situations. Do you agree with me on that? And the more that we see on the screen, especially that we're taking computer tests, the more we get overwhelmed, right? So I don't want the next gen NCLEX, particularly the case studies, to intimidate you. Hence, we're doing a preview, right? So this question was lifted from the test sample pack by the NCSBN, which is also available online in the NCSBN website. All right. And let's now start with your case study for today. Is everybody ready? Yes? All right. So before we start, I'd like to share my three favorite words that I always tell myself each morning when I wake up and I want to motivate myself and start the day with positivity, which I also tell my students. All right. I believe in three words. Yes, I can. All right. So everything that I'm going to do, that I want to accomplish, yes, I can. All right. So if I ask you, can you pass your NCLEX? I want your answer to be yes, I can. Can we do that? Can you comment on the comment section? Let me know who's online right now. All caps, yes, I can. Can you pass your NCLEX? Yes, I can. All right. All right. It looks like we are ready. All right, we're gonna go to question number one. This is gonna be a huge case. I was reviewing it a few minutes before I started. I've already done this PowerPoint long time ago. But I was reviewing it already earlier, like about 5 minutes before I came in, which is about 20 minutes ago. But honestly, I was thinking about the students that are going to be taking the exam. For me, it's good. I'm a nurse practitioner. We like to take histories of patients and read long charts before we can go to diagnose and treat patients. But for a lot of nurses, this will be challenging because this is really a huge case, a long loaded case study. So we're going to find out what I'm talking about in a bit, okay? All right, question number one, we'll be talking about recognizing cues, all right? Let's flash the question. And I'm going to zoom the screen right there. You're going to see me at the bottom, all right? So you can zoom the screen better. I'm sorry, that's as far as we can zoom it, all right? I'm simulating the screen of the actual NCLEX. So this is what you're gonna see in your NCLEX sans the logos, Aspiring Dr. Nurse Paul, Secrets of Next Gen NCLEX. It's not there, of course, and my picture. But look at your screen closely. If you're on your phone, try to zoom it in. But this is as far as we can see it, all right? Um, let's see. The nurse in the emergency department is caring for a 41-year-old male patient. All right. Now it's giving us the what's this instruction of how to answer this question. It says click to highlight the findings below that would require follow up. So this first question will be all about highlighting texts, all right, in recognizing cues or finding your assessment keys. We're going to highlight texts. But before that, we're going to read it first. All right, at 11 o'clock, the nurse's notes read. Client reports nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting, fever, constipation for the past 2 weeks, and abdominal pain rated 7 over 10 on the numerical pain scale for 1 week. Client states, the abdominal pain started after my 7-year-old child accidentally kicked me in the stomach. Client plays soccer with a child once a week. Vital signs 103.4, pulse 92, RR or respirations 92, blood pressure 130 over 86, pulse ox is 98% room air. No significant past medical or surgical history, BMI 32, drinks alcohol during social occasions, usually 3 beverages, smoke cigarettes during social occasions. Now we're about to highlight, all right? We are going to highlight the full sentences of where we find abnormalities, all right? It says, click to highlight the findings below that would require follow up. I do not have a way to highlight this. Like I said, I just used PowerPoint to show this. All right. Hopefully, if I get that technology that I'm waiting for on board, I might be able to showcase Next Gen NCLEX Live with interactive answers of how we can highlight. But tell me, which sentences do we need to highlight? Just give me the first few words of the sentence. Which part of this whole nurse's notes would require follow up? Anyone? I see quite a few, right? The first sentence, client reports nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting, fever, constipation for the past 2 weeks. Let's highlight that. That's like one phrase, and is a connector to another phrase. We're also going to highlight abdominal pain rated 7 over 10 on the numerical rating scale. So you have the option to highlight all sentences or stop at end and highlight the next. All right, because and is a connector. It tells you that it's a complex sentence. It's like English class, right? Is that right, Sir Irvin from Niners? But it's a complex sentence with two phrases, two standalone sentences. So Clyde reports until the past 2 weeks and abdominal pain 7/10. What else? I don't think the next sentence is important, but I would also scan or highlight client place. No, not that one. I'm sorry. Vital signs, temperature 103.4, all the vital signs until the end of that sentence. All right. So we've highlighted two sentences or three parts. Client reports nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting, fever, constipation for the past 2 weeks. Abdominal pain rated 7/10 and the whole vital signs statement. This is for a total of three answers or 3 points. If you've highlighted all of what I said, you get 3 points. All right. Who got 3 points? By the way, this type of question is correct minus incorrect. All right. If you've highlighted one instead of three, then I believe your score is zero because it's correct minus incorrect. All right. And we have viewers from YouTube as well. Thank you guys for those joining in New World. All right. But guys, you can still tag your friends. We're just in question number one. So tag your friends right now. If they're at work, they might be able to join as long as their patients are safe. All right. But okay, so total of 3 points. Who got 3 points on this question? I don't think BMI 32 is a problem at this point. We're only gonna talk about that would require follow up. If BMI is 32 and we're talking about acute emergencies, BMI 32 would not kill anybody. So I'm gonna skip that. All right. So you know what I love case studies, it's because I'm an ER nurse too. So this is, actually what I do, what we do in the ER. All we do is what the case study is actually telling us to do. We need to recognize cues. If we're triaging nurses and patients, and then there's 40 patients there, we need to prioritize based on symptoms, based on information that we get at the beginning. All right. So all of your case study questions are usually ED related, all right, or emergency department situation or case. Anyone's an ER nurse here? I think you love case studies. I do love case studies. Okay. So that's question number one. Question number two will now talk about analyzing cues. All right. Let's see the question now. All right. Same situation. You don't have to read the situation. Let's go to your right side. All right. Or is it right side? Whatever. All right. For each assessment finding below, click to specify if the finding is consistent with the disease process of bowel obstruction, appendicitis, or ruptured spleen. Each finding may support more than one disease process. All right. So look at the picture or look at the question. This is called matrix or grid. All right. This is a multiple response, which means it's like a select all that apply only in the form of a grid. So the way to answer this, and I've shown this in my previous examples, please watch Dr. Nurse Paul, Secrets of Next Gen NCLEX previous episodes, right? The way to answer this is by column. You're going to treat each column separately as though you're answering them individually. So we're going to go by column. We're going to talk about bowel obstruction first, appendicitis next, ruptured spleen next, all right, from top down, all right? So the way to answer this is you're going to look at assessment findings, you're going to compare it to the data in your nurse's notes, and you're going to tell me if we can see this type of sign or symptom in the certain disease that we're talking about, in this case, bowel obstruction. So now let's cut to the chase. Let's go to bowel obstruction, all right, and relate it to the situation. For bowel obstruction, do we have this appetite symptom, which in the case says loss of appetite? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, right? How about pain? Pain. Do we have pain in bowel obstruction? Definitely, there's pain, abdominal pain. How about the bowel pattern? The bowel pattern is what bowel pattern do we see? This vomiting, fever, constipation. I'd check that as well. Obstruction. It's obstructed, doesn't make you poop, right? How about gastrointestinal symptoms, vomiting and fever? Yes. Yes. So we're gonna check all of them: appetite, pain level, bowel pattern, gastrointestinal symptoms. This is 4 points only for the bowel obstruction. Okay, we're talking about bowel obstruction. Like I said, we will treat each column separately. Think of it as a SATA question with three SATAs in one question. All right. So 3 points, or I'm sorry, a total of 4 points. And this is my correct minus incorrect. If you've answered only three, then your score is two. If you've answered only two, then your score is one. All right. So total of 4 points. All right. What is your score in bowel obstruction? Can you tell me? Total of four. Correct minus incorrect, or right minus wrong. This is how it's treated. This is how the scoring system is for this type of question, the matrix. What is your score for bowel obstruction? All right, more people are coming in. Thank you guys for sharing. Remember, in order to win the NCLEX scores, and we have a lot of winners since we started the Dr. Nurse Paul show back in my birthday month in October. And we're gonna have another winner today. You gotta be able to share this show. Check the mechanics at the bottom. All right. So again, bowel obstruction, all of them. Let's now go to appendicitis. Right? Again, right minus wrong answers, or correct minus incorrect answers, right? For appendicitis, do we have loss of appetite? Do we have pain this much? 7 over 10. Do we have a bowel pattern of constipation? And do we have vomiting and fever as gastrointestinal symptoms? Yes or no? Which ones are your answer? For appendicitis, the answer is all. All of them, just like bowel obstruction, all four of them should be checked. You're going to click each of them to check them. All four of them. All four. All right? You got it? All right. And again, correct minus incorrect. What is your score? What is your score for this? I'm only talking about appendicitis. All right? Appendicitis. All right. So it's right minus wrong, or correct minus incorrect answers. All right. Ruptured spleen. Let's now go to ruptured spleen. Do we see a loss of appetite in ruptured spleen? I'd say yes. Let's check that. All of them would have loss of appetite because these are all acute abdominal conditions, and you really don't want to eat when you have this situation. Do we have vomiting? Do we have constipation? Right? Or pain level 7 over 10? Pain level 7 over 10, yes. That's two. All right? Bowel pattern of constipation? No. There's no bowel pattern in ruptured spleen. All right. And gastrointestinal symptoms of fever, vomiting. No. So in ruptured spleen, we mainly focus on bleeding on the abdomen. So it's like peritoneal irritation, where you have rebound tenderness, where you have rigidity in the abdomen. It's a very acute situation, and it's pretty deadly and fatal. All right. So that's appetite and pain level. All right. Appetite and pain level. This is not constipation. We're not talking about the bowels. We're talking about the spleen. So symptoms of the bowels are immaterial or not important. So appetite and pain level. Answer is two. If you have more than that or less than that, then you get a deduction. You can have 1 or 0 points. All right. So two. So for this question alone, there's 10 points. All right. Total your score from bowel obstruction, appendicitis, and spleen. What are your scores? What is your scores? What is your score? I'm sorry. What is your score? All right. You still have a chance to win. All right. Soon we're going to cut off the raffle or the giveaway. So please keep sharing the show and hashtag the Dr. Nurse Paul. In order to participate in the mechanics, you got to be able to log into my Facebook account, right? If you're watching it from somewhere else other than my own Facebook account, that will not count in the mechanics, all right? I mean, in the giveaway, you should be able to log on to Dr. Nurse Paul in Facebook, and that's how you share it, all right? And soon, I guess we're gonna release a YouTube only giveaway, because I mean YouTube viewers could not participate in this because um, What's this? They could not share the show. All right. Anyway, so that's total of 10 points. Let's now go to question number three. Question number three is going to talk about prioritizing hypothesis or simply prioritizing the medical diagnosis, right? But again, in nursing, we don't call it medical diagnosis. I don't know why. We diagnose patients all the time, right? We cannot just practice medicine, all right? But I mean, what else are we doing if we're seeing all these symptoms and we already know the diagnosis? We diagnose patients all the time, but I guess let's just respect the delineation between roles between a physician and a nurse, but prioritize hypothesis, right? Let's see. Same situation. I don't think anything changed in the situation, but this time we're gonna prioritize complications. All right. All right. Listen first. The question says select the three complications the client is at risk for developing. Stop right there. This situation is called all or nothing scoring system or 0/1 scoring system, which means it's a type of SATA that tells you how many items we're looking for. How many items are we looking for in this situation? How many items? It already said three. All right. There are people who said, oh, all SATA questions now would ask you how many items, or it will tell you how many items you're selecting. No, that's only one of the select all that applies. All right. There are still select all that applies that are extended, which means you can have 10 options, 11 options, 12 options, and it's not going to tell you how many options you're going to select. This is only one type, all right? This is select and select all that apply type. If you are not sure of what I'm talking about, please watch episode 2 of The Secrets of Next Gen NCLEX. And this is 0 or 1 point for the whole thing. So if you miss one, or if you have extra answers that are not part of the answers, then your score is 0. If you got all three correctly, then you get 1 point. Only 1 point for this question. All right. Do we have anemia? No. Peritonitis? Yes. This is an abdominal pain. I'm going to think about peritonitis. Septic shock? A big possibility, especially that the temperature and pulse are and RR or respiration are already telling us that it could be SIRS. In sepsis, especially in the ER, we call it the SIRS category or the SIRS symptoms. So you want to flag a possible sepsis for patients with high temperature, pulse above 90, increased respirations, and possible infection. Abdominal painers with fevers are automatically flagged as possible infection cases. And SIRS talk about sepsis, and sepsis can lead to septic shock. We're going to check septic shock. And now, because we've also talked about septic shock, we're also going to talk about hypovolemia. All right. So answers are 2, 3, and 4. All right. If you've answered all of this, then you get 1 point. Who got 1 point? If your answers are other than 2, 3, 4, if you have 1 or 5 or 6 in those answers, then you score 0. All right. You got it? This is an all or nothing scoring system. So see, I'm not only teaching you how to answer case studies or rationalizing it live, I'm also teaching you how this is scored so you know how to answer this, all right? And I think we're still going to give you a few minutes to join the raffle. And in a bit, our team will close the raffle. So please keep sharing and hashtagging Dr. Nurse Paul. Please keep sharing the show and tagging your friends and comment hashtag Dr. Nurse Paul during this live show, all right, to win the NCLEX package, all right? Now, so this is 1 point. Now let's talk about question number 4. Question number 4 talks about generating solutions, right? For generating solutions, let's see this. The nurse has reviewed the nurse notes. I think the situation is the same. So we're not going to read the case study, all right? I mean the case. We're going to move to the question right away, all right? The nurse has reviewed, the question is right there, from 11:30, the nurse's notes. For each potential intervention, click to specify whether intervention is indicated or not indicated. So this one, we're going to go by row, right? This is another type of matrix, but we're going to go by row. There's only one answer by row, whether indicated or not indicated, okay? All right, last 5 minutes to join the giveaway, guys. Last 5 minutes. Share this show and hashtag the Dr. Nurse Paul. You guys are still there? Yes? Can you pass your NCLEX? Can you pass your next generation NCLEX? Comment, yes, I can. All right? Yes, I can. All right. Okay, let's answer the question. Clear liquid diet, is this indicated or not indicated? Indicated or not indicated? If this is an acute abdomen, we call it acute surgical abdomen or acute abdomen in the ED. All right. Is it indicated to have clear liquid diet? Yes or no? Indicated or not indicated? Let's answer question number one. Clear liquid diet. Indicated or not indicated? It should be not indicated because all acute abdomen should be NPO. All right? NPO. All right? Very good. It's not indicated for clear liquid diet. Should be NPO. How about soap suds enema? Soap suds enema. So we always say if this is an acute abdomen, do not do or give enema or laxative. All right? Because if this proves to be a surgical abdomen, when I say surgical abdomen, possible surgery, and you gave what? An enema or laxative which can move the bowels, can rupture and perforate and cause peritonitis. So soap suds enema not indicated. Heating pad to the abdomen, no, 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 no. It's gonna trigger abdominal spasms and abdominal movement. No, not indicated. Abdominal girth measurements indicated. Abdominal girth measurements. The microphone snapped out. All right, let me let me snap it on real quick. All right. While I was moving, it snapped out. All right. So why do we need to measure abdominal girth? It's to measure if the abdomen is expanding, such as in the case of bleeding or peritonitis where there's a perforation to the bowels. So abdominal girth measurement is indicated. And of course, golden standard to check for infections. See, I mean for acute abdomen or surgical abdomen is CT scan because we need to know what that is. Is that a form of obstruction? If is that an infective inflammatory disease? What is that? So we need to do CT scan. So again, clear liquid diet not indicated. Soap suds enema not indicated. Heating pad to the abdomen not indicated. Abdominal girth measurement indicated. CT scan indicated. All right. If you got this the way that I told you, all right, you get 1 point. This is an all or nothing scoring system as well, where you either get 0 or 1. If any of these questions you have a mistake, like indicated or not indicated, and you've answered otherwise incorrectly, then you get 0. It's a 0 or 1 point only. All right, thank you guys. More people are joining in, and we're about to wrap up. All right, okay. All right. Question number 5 is about taking actions. Let's now see what's going on. Boom. What do you see? All right. Let me take my face off because it looks like we're seeing a lot more information now. Let me take my face off real quick. All right. Look at the situation and I'm gonna read it for you. All right. You see the whole screen. All right. At 11:30. Okay. Before I proceed, last minute to join the Dr. Nurse Paul giveaway and clicks 1 year unlimited package by Aspire RN. Last minute to join. And after this, you're not cannot join no more because in the background, my team will be performing the raffle using Comment Checker app. And then we're gonna select the winner. We're gonna announce later. All right. Okay, thank you guys for those who joined, and fingers crossed, hopefully you win today. All right, if not, follow Dr. Nurse Paul. We're going to give out more NCLEX review packages in the future shows. All right, and at 11:30, we've notified the primary healthcare provider about the client status, awaiting orders. At 12:30, the CAT scan was done. At 12:45, the IV was inserted and fluids was started. I honestly would start the IV earlier on if I'm the ER nurse, but I don't know why the patient had to wait 1 hour 45 minutes for that. All right, but IV was started, fluids has been started. At 14 o'clock, guys, look at this, 14 o'clock, the client reports sudden relief of abdominal pain. All right, tell me in the comment section right now, is this a good sign or a bad sign? Sudden relief of abdominal pain. Vital signs is 102.5, still elevated. Pulse rate now increased. Respirations still increased, or I mean, it's normal, it's 20. Blood pressure went down a bit. We're now down 5 points in the blood pressure, 125 over 86. Guys, when you see the word sudden in the NCLEX, I'd be nervous, all right? It's an abnormal sign. Sudden change, sudden absence of something, sudden appearance of something, sudden worse and changes into one of the objective measurements we're doing is not a good sign. In an abdominal condition, a sudden relief of pain means a relief of pressure. Something perforated and now is probably leaking, right? So 14 o'clock, there's critical stuff going on in there. And at 14:15, primary healthcare provider notified about client status. Order received for additional abdominal CT. Client transported to the radiology department. All right. Now let's see what's going on. Let's look at the questions. All right. Look at your questions right here. All right. Or like right here. All right. I'm sorry, you don't see my face. All right. Now, the nurses reviewed the nurses' notes from 12:30, 12:45, 14 o'clock, and 14:15, and the diagnostic results from 12:30 and 14:45. Let me show my face now so it feels more personal when you see me. All right. This is a close, CLOZE, which means it's a drop box question, all right? Where we click the box and the box appears, all right? This is right minus wrong question, which means you're going to get incorrect answers, you're going to get deduction, okay? Right minus wrong or correct minus incorrect. The nurse should insert, let's see the options. The nurse should, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Let's look at the diagnostic results. You see that? All right, go back. Nurse's notes, and then we click the diagnostic results. Hold on. We forgot to click the tab. And what do we see in the diagnostics? At 12:30, the diagnostic is acute gangrenous appendix with calcified appendicolith. All right, there's stones, there's something obstructing there causing appendicitis. At 14:45, you see the sudden change, sudden absence of abdominal pain. It says there's free intraperitoneal fluid consistent with ruptured appendix. There's ruptured appendix now, okay? The situation has evolved into ruptured appendix. All right, let's now go to the situation right here. All right, the nurse should insert what? Let's click the box. Let's click the box. Let's see the close question. The nurse should insert a rectal tube, a nasogastric tube, or an indwelling catheter. Answer. I'm seeing familiar names, all our followers from the past couple of weeks. Thank you for following the Dr. Nurse Paul and joining my show every Saturday. This had become our Saturday habit. All right, thank you guys. I slept late last night because I was hooked into this. My friends came over and they started watching Wednesday in Netflix, Adam's Family, and they all slept in the middle of the night, and I finished the whole season. So see, this is why I don't start watching TV shows because I want to finish the whole season in one sitting. All right, answer is NG tube. All right, this is a possible abdominal surgery. Not even possible. This patient will get an abdominal surgery, so we need a nasogastric tube. How about the next box? It says it would be a priority. All right, let's see that. It would be a priority. Let's click that. For the nurse to request a prescription for N. So the first one is NGT. How about this second question? Analgesic, antipyretic, anti-infective. It looks like all of them are correct, but what is my priority? What is my priority? Guys, when there's a rupture or perforation in any of your bowel parts, including the appendix, your risk is peritonitis, right? We're now talking about peritonitis, which can lead to sepsis. right? So answer is anti-infective. Very good. So now we're talking about peritonitis slash septic shock. Anti-infective. And the last box says the nurse should prepare the client for surgery within within how many hours? Can the patient wait 24 hours? What do you think? Any OR nurses here? Is this a stat surgery? What you guys think? Very good. 6 hours. Very good. Surgery as soon as possible. In fact, it might not need to wait 6 hours, but that's the fastest that we can get the patient to the OR. All right. But I mean, as soon as the patient is loaded with fluids and antibiotic, technically stable while waiting surgery. All right, waiting for surgery. So 6 hours could could be a good time. All right, we need to load the patient with antibiotic first. Somebody said no need, no cannot need to be cannot be done stat. I'm aware because not really stat, but we need it's an emergency procedure that needs to happen within a couple of hours, right? Because the antibiotic should be given first, right? Because they're gonna cut and infection's gonna spread more. All right, but anyway, within 6 hours, we all agree to that. All right. And now let's go to question number 6. Evaluate outcomes. All right. Let's see the question. And boom, here's the question. Same situation. Oh, actually, there's something new in the situation. Well, hold on, hold on. The patient is now in the medical surgical unit. Let's take my picture out and read. At 18 o'clock, the client was transported to the OR for an open appendectomy. Oh no, it's explore laparotomy because of peritonitis and ruptured appendix, right? Cannot do laparoscopic. All right, medical surgical unit. At 20:30 or 8:30 p.m., client transported back to the medical surgical unit. At 22:30, 10:30 p.m., client performing coughing and deep breathing exercises every hour while awake with with the incentives barometer, performing post-operative leg exercises every hour while awake, nasogastric tube removed, drinking clear liquids, abdomen board-like with diminished bowel sounds in all quadrants, rebound tenderness present. All right. The nurses reviewed the nurses' notes from 18 o'clock, 20, 30, and 22:30. Which of the following findings would indicate the client is progressing as expected? Select all that apply. So this is the other type of select all that apply that I'm saying, where it will not tell you how many items will be answered, right? If it tells you how many items you need, then that's a all or nothing scoring system, which means you only get 1 point for the whole thing. If this is an open select all that apply, it does not tell you how many items you need to answer, then this is correct minus incorrect answers, okay? Correct minus incorrect. Now, basing on the situation at 22:30, right? Which indicates the client is progressing or improving as expected, right? Move from NPO to clear liquid diet. Is this a check? Are we going to check it? Yes. Board like abdomen? Nope. That's still a sign of infection. Rebound tenderness? Nope. Sign of infection or peritonitis. Diminished, I'm sorry, number 4, incentive spirometry use. Yes. Because if they're in pain, they don't use incentive spirometer. If they're using incentive spirometer, they're now comfortable. Pain is controlled. Diminished bowel sounds? Nope. And performance of leg exercises? Yes, patient can now move, is comfortable. So answers 1, 4, and 6. If your answer is otherwise, if you have an extra answer or missing answer, you get a deduction. This is a total of 3 points, and you deduct your incorrect answers. All right? And that's it. That ends our case study. All right? That was fun. I enjoyed it. Right? But I mean, we took 30 minutes to answer the question. It shouldn't take you 30 minutes to answer the question during the next gen NCLEX. Sir Paul likes to talk a lot. Dr. Nurse Paul likes to talk a lot. I'm sorry, that's my gift. That's also my curse. I'm like Spider-Man. All right, but any questions? This is the best time to ask questions now while we're waiting for our team members. Thank you to our team members. Thank you to Lovely. She's my live show moderator for the Dr. Nurse Paul show and the whole Aspire RN team for supporting me to do this show every Saturday. This has become my Saturday routine, even if when even when I'm traveling. All right. But we're gonna announce the show next couple of days. Of course, we're not gonna do the show on Christmas. All right. So the next Saturday is 24. Following that, it's 31st. So we're not gonna do shows on those dates. All right. We are gonna do the next show. Let me verify with my team. All right. Let me text them real quick. All right. But we're gonna do the next show sometime next week. We're gonna do it weekday. Again, we're not gonna do a show on 24th and the 31st because they are holidays, and I want to respect the people that are enjoying their holidays with their family. All right. And happy holidays to everybody. Even if you're not a Christian, we at least want to spend once a year where we can be grateful, right? Express gratitude to every good thing that happens to our life. And for me, this is the best time to do that. I'm not practicing any religion right now, but I still want to pause and, thank the universe for everything that has happened to me so far. And with that, I want to pass on the positivity to everybody, and happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy your friends, family, enjoy your coworkers, enjoy where you are. Thank you for joining the Dr. Nurse Paul show. And we're going to announce the next show later. All right. Let me see. Let me verify with my team just to be sure that I'm not announcing an incorrect show. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Can you pass the NCLEX? Can you pass the next gen NCLEX, guys? Can you pass the next gen NCLEX? Yes, I can. Very good. All right. And now let's announce the winner. Drum roll, please. And the winner for the Aspire RN Shoe Pass Pro NCLEX scores 1 year unlimited is Ruth Madayag. Congratulations, Ruth. Please send us a message at the Dr. Nurse Paul in Facebook. I think I'm familiar with Ruth because she always joined my show. Congratulations. And for those who did not win, you have a chance to win in the following shows. Thank you so much for joining. Ruth, please send us a message in the Dr. Nurse Paul Facebook page, and we're going to get you going. Congratulations. All right. And for those who did not win, please be aware that Aspire RN is running. This is only 1 week left until Christmas time only. All right. A 50% off as a holiday um, deal. All right. 50% off for their True Pass Pro course. This course is worth $450. Aspire RN is increasing their costs next year because of inflation. And you want to lock in that price? It's now down to 225 US dollars. Please book now your NCLEX course. This is one of the best NCLEX course. My NCLEX course is geared towards you guys, foreign graduate nurses. I will be doing the courses myself along with my other instructors, but you will see a lot of me. And I take good care of my students. Do I have any Aspire RN students watching me today? Please tell them how we take care of you. So you will have your own student advisor, your mentor. I will be checking in with you every now and then. Make sure that you guys join my course. I've been in the business for 15 years, and I will not let you guys fail the NCLEX if you join my team, Aspire RN. And of course, to all the students who've trusted us and all the partner agencies that have trusted us. Thank you so much for doing so. Thank you for trusting Dr. Nurse Paul and Aspire R. And we have a lot of surprises next year. We're going to launch the next generation NCLEX Master Classes by the Dr. Nurse Paul. And that will be for students that are already enrolled with me. You get that upgrade for free. And for those that are not my students yet and you just want to have classes about next gen NCLEX, you want to join that class, and you're going to see me every weekend doing classes to you. All right. And 50% off, down to $225. Please send me a message, and me and my team are going to get to you so we can give you the information. And Dr. Nurse Paul can help you with many things. We have NCLEX prep courses. We have NCLEX application assistance through NCLEX Pro and The Right Choice. If you are from the Philippines, we have The Right Choice by Miss Anna Cruz, and we have partnered with her to process your Philippine board requirements. Because, in the Philippines, we need to get our requirements from the Philippine Regulation Commission. But we also have NCLEX Pro that processes all the applications stateside, your background checks, your application to the board, your scheduling and ATTs. We can help you with that. If you are interested with scholarships and you think you can pass our scholarship qualifying exam, send me a message and tell me that you need the scholarship. All right, but you must have a I'm sorry, must have a hospital experience because this will be sponsored by agencies. And if you are already an NCLEX passer and you're looking for a recruitment referral, send me a message too. I have recruiters waiting for you from different agencies so you can also compare your options. If you have questions, you can send me a message in Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or send a message at info@drnursepaul.com. The next show is gonna be on all right. Wednesday. All right. December 21. Same time, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. But I think I did not prepare a show per se. It's gonna be a preview or a what's this replay of old USA Nurse series. The Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX will resume on January 7. All right. January 7, you're gonna see Dr. Nurse Paul. We'll be back for the Secrets of Next Generation NCLEX. Happy holidays, guys. Thank you so much. And yes, you can. Bye.
You have just watched the Dr. Nurse Paul Show. Watch us live every Saturday, 8 a.m. Central U.S. Time. For more info about our future events, follow us on our social media channels. You can find us at Dr. Nurse Paul on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. See you next week.